subcommittee will come to order. The subcommittee is meeting this morning to review how the Coast Guard allocates its assets and personnel to carry out each of its 11 statutory missions, as well as the challenges the service faces in performing its missions and measuring its performance. This is my first hearing as chairman of the subcommittee, and Congressman Garamendi's first hearing as the subcommittee's ranking member, and I look forward to working with him and with the Coast Guard in the 113th Congress. Very honored to have this subcommittee and worked really hard to get it. I'd like to thank the staff, too, for all the work they've already put in and just giving me information up to this point. Under Section 2 of Title 14 of the Coast Guard is responsible for a wide range of missions, from search and rescue, icebreaking, and marine environmental protection to port security and drug interdiction. The Coast Guard uses a strategic planning process which determines mission priorities based on risk and helps guide the service in allocating resources among its statutory missions. I know Admiral Neffinger is very familiar with this process from his prior job as Director of Strategic Management and Doctrine, and I look forward to hearing from him on how that process works. As the nation's primary maritime response organization, the Coast Guard often must surge assets and personnel to respond to a hurricane, oil spill, or other national or international emergency. In 2005, the service surged hundreds of assets, including 40% of its helicopter fleet and over 5,000 personnel to the Gulf Coast to respond to Hurricane Katrina, saving over 32,000 lives. In April 2010, the service moved over 150 assets and 7,500 personnel to the Gulf Coast to lead response efforts to the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. The Coast Guard is also tasked with preventing maritime accidents, keeping our borders secure, and protecting our ports and waterways. In fiscal year 2011, the service conducted over 19,000 safety, security, and environmental inspections of U.S. and foreign flag vessels and interdicted over 2,400 undocumented migrants and 93 metric tons of illegal drugs. That is why the subcommittee wants to ensure the service retains its core competencies and acquires the assets needed for its response missions and day-to-day prevention work. One of the best ways to gauge the Coast Guard's capability to carry out its missions is to review mission performance data. In 2011, the service used 23 different performance measures to track its success in meeting its mission's goals. The service stated that it met or exceeded 14 of 23 of its performance measures. In December 2012, the DHS Inspector General released its annual review of Coast Guard mission performance objectives for fiscal year 2011. The report indicated the Coast Guard's total number of mission resource hours, the number of flight hours for aircraft and underway hours for boats and cutters, had fallen by 12% over the last 5 fiscal years. The Inspector General largely attributed the reduction in patrol hours to the fact that the Coast Guard's fleets of aircraft and vessels are no longer reliable, having surpassed their service lives and become increasingly prone to failures. Representing Southern California, I am particularly concerned about the service's ability to secure our borders against illegal drugs and migrants and maintain its defense readiness. As the new chairman of the subcommittee, I look forward to working closely with the Coast Guard and my colleagues to get new assets operating as quickly as possible and to find other ways to improve readiness and enhance mission performance in a cost-effective manner. I thank Admiral Neffinger for appearing today, and I look forward to his testimony. With that, I yield to Ranking